Welcome, everybody. How the heck are you doing? Welcome to another beautiful Friday night.
You did it again.
It's the Comic Nerd Show. It's the Nerd Den. What's up, guys? How are you? Andrew,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm kind of glad you did what you did, you dick, because I lost track of what the comment I was going to say, and as soon as you started the countdown, I went, "Oh, thank God!"
As soon as it started, I just started laughing because I was like, "He did it again."
So those that are joining us, Andrew was in the middle of Andrew was in the middle of a sentence, and maybe I started the show right in the middle of him talking about something important. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
It was not important. It was absolutely not important.
Oh, happy Friday, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
happy Friday.
I had something happen to me today that has not happened to me in over 2 years.
You got an erection?
Opening the door, man. You're opening. I'm trying to be good.
My cats actually let me sleep in till 10 o'clock.
Hey, all right.
I don't know, because in the last 2 years, I don't even set my alarm clock anymore because they wake me up at between 7 and 8 every morning. Mm-hmm. It's almost like clockwork to the point where I don't have to set an alarm clock. And I start working at 9. And I always have time to go get breakfast and, beforehand. But this morning, knowing that I had the day off, maybe that's what they knew, they let me sleep in till 10. I literally woke up, looked at the clock, and said, that clock is wrong. There's no way it's 3 minutes after 10.
Cats are known for how considerate they are.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. They're not.
Yeah. But my whole day got screwed up. I went to McDonald's and they weren't serving breakfast anymore. I had to go to Hardee's to get breakfast. So my whole day was ruined.
Oh.
Not Hardee's, no.
Vastly superior to McDonald's.
Well.
At least you didn't have Peeps for breakfast.
Yeah, I know. At least
really. This is true.
Like, how many marshmallows did you snort first?
I've had 3 marshmallows since I've seen you last.
But it's the fact that you eat them nasally.
I have never shoved a single marshmallow up my nose. I have taken deep, deep breaths of their odor, but I've never shoved one up my nose.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Did you send an invite to Romel?
I did.
Okay.
Well, you guys eat so healthy.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
I try.
Buy these NFTs while you can because we're all going to be dead soon.
We're just making sure to lock in all of the value by having half the team have strokes and diabetes. As the value goes up after everyone croaks. That morbid? Is that too morbid?
Yeah.
Hey, Richard, how are you?
What's up, Richard?
Isn't that horrible, the thought that that's the plan?
Richard's got some watermelon.
It's just sort of what happens.
Hey, Richard, how's it going? Richard's from my stream. He's a good guy. Speaking of which, we need to, now that I'm back on Twitter, I need to tweet this out and let people know this is where I'm at. And if they really want to be entertained tonight, they should come over here.
You're back on Twitter, yeah?
Well, yeah, I've been posting like links to my scam videos, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it ever since what's his name came back or bought the company.
What's his name?
Yeah, what's his name?
Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's it. That's the guy. Did you guys hear? He fired like half the staff this morning.
Yeah.
Poor babies.
And the news started that they were going to sue him because they didn't give enough notification. But from what the letters have said, they are still employed. They're going to continue to get their pay for the next 60 to 90 days, but they don't have to come into work anymore. And they're locked out of all their computers and they're locked out of everything, and they're going to continue to get paid. That way it fulfills the 30 days for California, 90 days notice for New York.
Nice.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's being very generous.
Oh yeah. But I think that's hilarious.
Oh, it couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of people.
Yeah, no, it's well played. It's well earned. Well earned.
All right, let me go to my Twitter. Does anything, if you paste this link, does anything come up? Do you guys know?
Huh?
Does anything come up? Oh, well, yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. I'm tweeting it. It has been tweeted.
He damn near did finger guns.
Yeah, no, he's very excited.
So,
I'm tweeting.
I'm done doing it.
Hello, fellow young people.
Richard says they were losing over $4 million a day.
yeah, some crazy, like, between once he cut his staff, he was going to save like $400 million. You know.
Well, that one woman was getting 17 mil a year just for being like the censorship director or whatever.
For being a very horrible person too. Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what her position is or what the title is. Like 17 million for any corporate job is ridiculous. Unless you're like the president of like a bank or a pharmaceutical company or something, where if you're responsible for like the well-being of tens of thousands of employees, then you kind of deserve it maybe. But like she wasn't like that high up. I mean, she was high, but she wasn't like top level.
Yeah, her job wasn't essential.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the one that went on Tim Pool's show and got roasted by him. It was pretty funny.
Dude, that's just how much it costs to pay off somebody's morals, like to that level.
Mm-hmm.
Todd, how much money would it cost to pay off your morals?
13 cents. 0.13. Yeah.
Avery, how about you?
What?
Never mind. It's already been done.
You're asking Avery?
It's already been done.
Avery's in morality debt.
You know what it's going to cost for me?
Huh.
1.6 billion.
Oh.
I forgot to go buy a ticket.
It might be a little too late now. Isn't the drawing tonight or is it tomorrow night?
Is there $1 billion lotto thing?
1.6. Yeah, it rolled over twice.
Yeah.
Since it hit $1 billion.
What is this? I didn't even know about this.
It's the Powerball.
Oh.
I think it's getting drawn tomorrow night.
So we can go pick it up.
Oh yeah, no, it's tomorrow? Saturday, November 5th.
Okay, so we got to pick up Powerball. All right. Usually if it goes over like 400 million or something, then I figure it's worth it.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been won in over 40 weeks or 40 drawings. It's been like 3 months since anybody's won it.
You wouldn't even get half that.
I think
I would take less than half of that.
Sure.
I think the cash payout they said was over 700 million. So.
Damn, that's a massive tax.
More than half it.
If I won the second place prize for $1 million, I'd be happy. I'd be
yeah. If I would take the cash payout and I would just load up on ETH. It'd be Bitcoin and ETH the whole way.
I definitely would buy some.
I'd keep like $1 million in cash, and then the rest of it, I'd pay off all the debts. I'd have $1 million in cash, and the rest of it would be like, squiggles.
All right, so okay, here's how it breaks down. If you get the Powerball, you win $4. If you get one number and the Powerball, you still only get $4. If you get two numbers and the Powerball, you get $7. If you get 3 out of the 5 numbers, you get $7. If you get 3 numbers and the Powerball, the payout's $100. If you get 4 out of the 5, it's $100.
You don't get shit.
If you get 4 out of the 5 plus the Powerball, it's $50,000. And if you get, 4 out of the 5 plus the Powerball is $50,000. And if you get all 5 numbers but don't get the Powerball, it's $1 million. And that's the standard. That's the standard payout.
KG says can't win if you don't play.
That's right. That's why I have a wallet full of tickets that didn't win.
1.6 billion. Like, what would that be if you didn't take it and you took the monthly payout? Is there is that,
700. Oh, the monthly payout? I have no idea. The
Yeah.
cash payout is 700 million.
right? But the monthly would be you would earn more because
Yeah,
of less tax. But
but
I
the
mean, it
only
would
problem
take
with
you
that
800
is
years to, huh?
if you died,
Mhm.
it's not transferable to your children. It's not. Yeah, once you
Oh, it
die,
isn't? I didn't know that. It's
No,
not?
no. That's the reason why most people take the payout.
Mm.
Yeah, because you can't transfer lottery winnings. You know the isn't it the Alanis Morissette song "Win the lottery and died the next day"?
Hmm.
Well, then that means somebody just grabbed their ticket and claimed it, but they didn't.
I
Not
see.
to mention, do you really want Uncle Sam to owe you $1 billion? Does this sound like a good idea?
No, not at all.
No, it doesn't.
Like I said, I would take most of it and I'd put it into ETH because at least it has the chance of going up.
That's right.
Yeah. There's a
You
few
know.
people I would set up, I would take care of.
Oh, thank you for thinking of me, Avery.
Yeah,
I appreciate
Avery,
it.
thank
You're
you.
so sweet, man.
And I would build a house that's like a prison, dude. Like you're not getting in that thing unless I want you to. No matter who you are, you're just not getting in.
Avery would have like buy a plot of land that's like 200 acres. It would have like one outhouse on it, but then you open the door to the outhouse and it's a staircase down to this massive underground
Bunker.
Bunker silo.
No, I could see him building a castle with a moat and a drawbridge and everything.
Yeah.
I could see that.
And drones with like miniguns on them.
Oh, I could definitely see cannons on there.
Cannons. Yes, actually, that's totally legal.
Yep.
They're like, you can't buy it. Never mind.
But yeah, I actually told one of my coworkers about the last drawing, which was for 1.2 billion, and I bought one ticket, and I haven't even checked my numbers. I don't know if I got anything at all, but she spent $20 on tickets, and she was like, I wasted $20. I'm like, well, I wasted 2. So who's smarter?
Why would she think she wasted? Oh, because
She spent $20. Yeah.
Richard said it'll be some old lady living in a trailer in Arkansas. You know what? If it's some old lady that lives in a trailer in Arkansas who wins, good for her.
Yeah, you might be related, right?
Right. It's
I'm
true.
no, not in Arkansas.
Arkansas? Oh, okay.
Not in Arkansas.
If it was Georgia, or Florida, I'd be like, maybe.
Not in Arkansas. So what's happened in the world of comics, Andrew?
I don't know. You want me to look and see? I really haven't been paying attention, other than there's been some shakeups in the cinematic universes. There's rumors that they're going to race swap a whole bunch of the main X-Men characters in the movies because, why not?
Really?
Yeah. Supposedly it's stuff that's in the works right now.
That's not a very smart idea.
Yeah, well, it's what they do.
Henry Cavill's leaving Witcher, that's going to ruin that show.
Is he really? He's
Supposedly he's going over to House of the Dragon for the second season.
I don't know.
There's rumors he's supposed to be in that, which, as long as he stays Superman, I'm fine. I don't care where he goes.
I actually kind of liked that Witcher. I actually kind of liked Witcher. It was okay, but it was because of him. He's a really good. He plays the main character really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just remember that one fight scene where he's taking on those guys in the town square or whatever, and there's one point where he shoves his sword into somebody and then he rips it out the back of him, and I'm like, damn! And it was just that was awesome. So,
yeah,
it was good effects, good battles.
Geralt.
Richard wants to know if Kurt Wagner will be a white guy.
I'm pretty sure it'll still be blue, but you never know.
It's a Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
We got a Nightcrawler. Cavill is a huge Witcher fan as well, he says.
Yeah, he is.
And Casey's like, no, I love Witcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think isn't the rumor that they're thinking about replacing him with one of the
Chris Hemsworth's brother?
Snoop Dogg.
one of his younger brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could honestly see that. Like that would be if you had one of those
apparently the writers of the show hate the book and the video games and want to do their own thing with it, and he's just like, no.
Really? Is that the reason he's leaving?
And it's part of the reason, because they want to mess with it, and he's like, no, because he was hardcore into it and committed to staying on the show for like 7 seasons.
How many seasons are they in?
They're going to be doing the 3rd. He's going to be in the 3rd season. I think after that he's out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, if they did like not a reboot, but like started telling tales where he's younger, it might work. Like flashing back to a younger day, maybe.
What's up, Billy D?
It's
Welcome.
not going to work.
Welcome.
You know what they're going to do to it, Andrew. By now.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna make it suck, and people are gonna hate it, and
then they're going to call you names if you don't like it.
And then there's going to be a whole bunch of YouTubers making videos, getting lots of
yeah, lots of clicks.
It really is the weird cycle of life now, isn't it?
Yeah. And then there's going to be the people that hated Witcher all along because he's a copy of Elric. Heck, that's who I thought Witcher was the first time I saw Witcher.
Oh yeah, the elf guy.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
I was just like, ugh. If Razor Fist does a really good video breaking down the similarities, and the guy who wrote The Witcher was like one of the people that edited stuff for the Communist Party of material going into Poland, so he read those books and then just sort of changed it a bit and threw in some Polish stuff. And
well, who's lining up to go see Wakanda Forever next weekend? Well, I'm not lining up, but the wife and I are probably going to go see it on Tuesday.
Of course you are.
Not this coming Tuesday, but the following.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, wow. Wonder how much whiteout was used on that.
Well, you could see it all there.
Yeah.
At least white acrylic. That first Sin City story was so good. It just hit you. That whole story just punched you in the mouth.
I had at one point, Batgirl is one of my all-time favorite comic book characters, and I have many, many, many convention sketches of Batgirl. It's one of my favorite sketches to get people to do. There was a time when I wanted to change my collection over and get drawings of her, Nancy. She's probably my second favorite.
Current bid $12,000 something. Damn.
Yeah. 12 days left.
Oh, it's going to go way higher.
Oh yeah. No, this stuff is
How often does Frank Miller art come available?
Well, this is at the end of the year, once a quarter they have signature like signature auctions, and the one at the end of the year is the big one. So this is the end of the year signature auction. So they save like the big heavy hitters for the end of the year. Like, look at that, bro.
It's so simple.
God. So solid though.
Like if I drew something that simple, I would feel like I'm doing something wrong, like it's not finished. Like it takes guts to go that simplified and then just walk away.
Yeah, he lettered it himself on the board.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but that whole entire story was done that way.
Yeah, but it's not easy to do.
No, it's not. But
this is the image.
A portion of the book was done one way, and then he changed it up. The entire thing was done that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, how big is it? 10.5 by 15.5. Yeah. So it's comic size. It's just huge. It's just awesome. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could go. I mean, this is like the signature auction is freaking crazy. So.
Not to mention, like, and the reason he's able to do that is because he wrote the story himself. So he's able to pace it to where that works,
Yeah, but you have to remember that original story was being published in Dark Horse Presents,
Yes.
and it
I know
was
that.
like 8 to 10 pages.
Mhm.
Each chapter was a very small snippet. It wasn't even a full-length comic.
I know
Yep.
that.
And that's masterful what he was able to do with it.
Yeah.
So good.
I know you know that. I'm pointing it out to the audience that might not know. Of course you know. Dusty didn't know.
I did not, and now I do.
Okay.
Thank you, Andrew.
Dusty, I don't think Dusty's seen Sin City.
No, I don't think I have.
Have you ever seen the movies?
I don't think so.
Just
Ooh,
watch the first movie. Don't watch the second one.
Sin
Okay.
City could make a fantastic Netflix show.
No, they would butcher it.
I think they could do it good if they had the right writers on it.
No, they don't have those people. None of those people are at Netflix.
Well, HBO then. HBO Max. I'm loving House of the Dragon. That last episode for the season 1, frickin' A.
I'm not watching it. I'm not into the incest.
Oh, well.
I'm not into the incest.
It's.
Yeah, they're too gross, man. I'm out.
Oh, is it trying to be like a? Is it like a Game of Thrones where it's like boobs with a chance of dragons?
Probably, but
No,
but
not really.
there are like
Not really. There's not a lot of. I mean, there was some nudity in it in the beginning, but not a lot, and definitely not any of the main characters. But there is a uncle marrying his niece and fathering children, and there is.
yeah. I'm not watching. Like I'm out. No,
Well, as long as they're
Grandkids.
normalizing it. it's
I'm
fine.
from Georgia, but I'm not from Georgia.
Oh wow! Is that a 9.0?
Yeah.
Wow! And that's a pedigree series. You guys know what a pedigree series is?
Yeah.
No.
You do?
Well, yeah. It comes from a very well-known collection.
Very well known collection. You're right.
This is the Bethlehem collection.
I saw a guy doing a CGC unboxing, and he got one of his books was labeled with the pedigree, and he was like really happy about that. And I'm like, what the hell is that? So I went and did some research to find out what it was, and it's fascinating how they consider certain collections to be of more value simply because they were part of that collection,
Yep.
and how they identify the different collections. It could be something as simple as a date stamp on the cover or on the inside,
Yep,
or it
right
could
there,
be somebody
December
wrote a
12th,
little initial.
1962.
I live in
Yep.
Georgia, KG. I'm from Atlanta.
Wow.
The scammer I talked to on the phone right before this call told me he was in Atlanta,
Well, that's good.
even though he was calling from a Baltimore area code. So in other words, full of shit. That's a pretty book. How much is it up to?
41,000.
I'll take 2.
There's the Amazing Spider-Man number 50 at 9.8. It's 67,000.
Wow, nice.
Look at those colors
It's a
on the
gorgeous cover. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yep.
It's amazing. Like, we have better technology, but this cover still beats all of them.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, look at that.
Because it captures a moment.
Now, does it say white pages on that or off-white? I'm just curious.
It doesn't. White pages.
Yeah. Usually it says it right under the grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
Spider-Man No More. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, I got to check on the status of those books I sent off to be graded.
KG lives in Atlanta. KG, I used to live in Atlanta. I lived there for a long time.
Yep.
I think you might have known that.
That's where I'm from originally. Fulton.
I've got this as a shirt.
Oh, that's a great book.
Oh, heck. Oh, wait a minute. Status grading quality control. I wonder what that means.
I wonder if any of these are from the Nicolas Cage collection.
Oh.
Remember while
Check
back.
out Marvel Comics #1. It's
Oh
in
wow.
crappy condition, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's one I'd like to have.
Hell yeah. It's the very first Marvel comic.
Yeah. Numerous Comicsgate Indiegogo campaigns appear to be getting shadow banned by the crowdfunding platform.
We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Eventually, it was going to happen.
I've been telling this people for years, man.
Netflix The Witcher fans launch petition to keep Henry Cavill, replace writer instead.
That would be the smart decision.
Replace the writer instead.
Yeah. The smart decision would be like the writers who are crapping on the source material to be like, you're all out of here. The guy that sells the show and the story that the people came for is what stays.
Black Adam star Dwayne Johnson further explains the struggle to get Henry Cavill back as Superman. No was not even an option. It's all a matter of spending the right amount of money, you know?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as an actor who won't do a role if you give him enough money. And a perfect example of that is Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp was firm and said it often as possible he would never do a sequel. He would absolutely never do a sequel. And then Disney threw enough money at him, he made a whole bunch of pirate movies. He made enough money off of those, he bought his own island. I mean, come on. But he was very much the firm, I will never do sequels, and then never say never.
Harrison Ford said for years he would never play Han Solo again. And then...
Yep.
And then...
Yep.
Dude, look at this cover.
That's pretty wild.
Never heard of this book. It's
Me
from this is 1945.
Oh wow!
That's one of the type of books they created the comics code to put out of business because that looks rad.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, like
That's
dude, there's artists today who are trying to do that and failing.
so cool.
There's modern artists whose entire style is based on that.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Rumor: Disney to race swap a number of the X-Men for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, using cameos from the Fox film as better bait for fan interest.
This is one of my
I'm just looking at news articles, see if there's anything in here worth checking out.
That's awesome.
You've never seen this cover, Avery?
No, that's rad.
Oh yeah, check this out.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. If I have, I don't remember it. I think that's friggin' awesome. Look at that brushwork.
Isn't that crazy?
Also, oh no, some of it's quill.
Well, it's like quill, but it's like it's a quill with like a multi-line or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's like he's got a brush or something that has like strong.
Oh, who the hell?
Andrew. We're in the middle of a show. This is a professional operation.
He's getting a scam call.
Is Sarah there?
May I ask who's calling?
Hello, I'm Cody. I'm calling on behalf of the Republican Conference Chair Elise Stefanik on a recorded line. And before I say anything else, let me just simply take a quick second and be cordial by hoping...
So much for the scam call.
Oh man, should I?
Trump's home is a threat to democracy.
Did you mute me?
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to get like, I don't know the rules.
No, I understand. I understand.
Oh, look at that. That's
So
fucking
murder.
great. That's a fucking awesome cover. Wow.
Oh wow, that is nice.
Oh my God, what's wrong with Namor?
Well, the first thing is that he's not Aztec. Duh.
Oh, but still, he looks a little. Ooh.
Well, he's
His
a
head. It's like,
I know.
where's his hair end and the mallet? It's like They're kind of
not exactly the best drawing. Yeah, but I love that logo.
yeah. The composition's kind of cool, and the logo's cool.
I could turn that into there's a U. I could turn this into a D. And there's an E. So you got the subdued.
Oh, perfect. You should you should absolutely like do a whole parody image.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to know where that came from, though.
That's good.
That's part of the fun. Yeah, you should definitely do something's logo like that.
Willie was saying he likes that from that skull. He likes the guy picking out of the nose. Yeah, that skull cover is so good. One thing I can't stand about Heritage is that they combine their comics with their art. Like this is the signature art auction, and so they start with the big art pieces that they're going to get $1 bazillion for, and then they go into comics, and then they come back. So this is all sequential with like what's like how it's going to roll out on the auction block.
Oh, Mary Marvel.
Yeah, that's a great cover too.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just the cover.
What do you mean?
You see the grading? It said CVR. It is literally just the cover. Somebody ripped the cover off the comic and graded just the cover.
Oh, the Usagi Yojimbo.
Yes.
Oh, the Usagi. Oh,
there are people that have literally graded single pages of comic books.
That's weird.
Yes.
That is strange.
But some comics are so rare that
finding one intact. Yeah.
Yep.
Simon McFarlane 300 Venom is $12.50.
Signed by who?
McFarlane.
More is signed by Stan Lee, you know?
Yeah.
Rumor, Wonder Woman 3 could be a Trinity movie co-starring Batman and Superman.
Oh, what was that crow? Ooh.
9.8.
Cool.
$2,600.
Yeah.
You ever see The Crow, Dusty?
I don't think I have.
Oh.
We've got to start having a movie night, at least one night a week.
Oh,
we do.
Geez.
Yes, we do.
New Black Panther Wakanda Forever clip confirms more awful Marvel humor. New Latin pronunciation for Namor's name. You guys have heard how in the movie
Namur,
they're screwing up his
something like that.
Yeah.
It's like Namur or something. Like, okay.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I've checked out on the mainstream. I don't care.
I'll tell you guys what I think when I see it.
Masters of the Universe figures?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, they do.
Are these the original or the new ones they've re-released?
These are the originals.
Whoa.
Everything is worth money now. That's all you need to know.
I know, dude. My child.
Hey, when they started grading boxed and sealed VHS horror movie tapes,
insane.
That's insane.
I don't want to show. Oh, that's the recreation. I don't want to show like all the crazy good artwork because I feel like we can use this for another show. So I'm just like scrolling through it.
Oh, what's the spawn?
There's a bunch of Greg Capullo and McFarlane. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's dope. That's so simple, but it's awesome.
Yeah, I'll look at. We'll pick some big ones out, but Dave Cockney.
Oh, Howard Chaykin.
Yep. Yeah.
Howard Chaykin is on my wish list. I don't really care what I get. I want something.
No, you want Howard Chaykin in his prime. You want Howard Chaykin from like the 80s.
I'd take a Howard Chaykin sketch pretty much of anything.
Glenn Fabry cover.
Oh, well.
That guy was
for Preacher.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That guy was like here.
It's like Glenn Fabry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually rewatching that show on Hulu right now.
It's not a terrible show.
Well, I only ever watched season 1 because I bought it on Steelbook in the Steelbook collection, and they didn't put any of the other seasons in Steelbook, which sucked.
Look at that.
So I never saw seasons 2, 3, and 4, but they're all available on Hulu right now. So freaking A, I pay for it. Might as well watch it.
Yeah, that's where I watched them all.
Yeah.
Crazy art, man. Looks so good.
Yeah. You don't get a lot of stuff like this anymore. Even covers.
Well,
It's so expensive. The only guy they really hire to paint covers anymore is Alex Ross.
Yeah, well, but you have to remember that was Vertigo in its prime.
Yeah.
They put a lot of effort into those covers. I mean, if you think about it, even before it was Vertigo, you got the Brian Bolin covers on Animal Man, you got the Dave McKean on Sandman, you got the Glenn Fabray on Preacher. I mean, Dave Johnson, I know, on 100 Bullets.
Yep.
They put out some fantastic comics, but they put out some fantastic covers as well.
Oh yeah, a lot of the covers for Swamp Thing were amazing too.
Oh God, yes. Oh God, yeah. I've come across some recently that just like these were gorgeous pieces of art. I mean,
you guys want to know a crazy statistic?
Sure, hit us.
I was doing some math, just kind of some research, and so Adult Fantasy #1, the NFT, unlocked. Basically, if you follow the path, holding it actually unlocks the Origin comic that's coming up, right? So if you consider that if you just say, okay, if Adult Fantasy Season 1 equals a comic book, right? Like for the month of December when Adult Fantasy came out, for the month of December in terms of comic sales, we were the in terms of revenue, we actually were the #1 comic in the entire industry.
Oh wow.
We beat Avengers, we beat Batman, we beat Spider-Man, we beat everybody. We're the #1 in terms of actual revenue take home. Like if you look at like how much they sold versus how much they make off of each book, we actually did better.
Oh wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Looking forward to doing some more stuff too.
Hell
Gotta
yeah.
love numbers, right?
I love numbers.
Because there's like I have a fondness for Devoid and definitely want to do more Devoid, but there's some of these other characters I would absolutely love to draw.
Oh hell yeah.
Even if it's just a special edition version of the card. Some kind of rare variant.
Avery, check this out.
Get the fudge out.
Andrew.
It's pretty. Is that a double page spread?
No.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't think he did double page spreads back then.
Looks so good.
Very nice.
He really couldn't draw.
And how much is that going for?
Right now it's at 11,500. It'll go up way more.
Like some of these people have some serious money to play with.
Oh yeah. Well, everyone's putting their money in because they're just smart. You know what I mean? Like everyone knows the economy is trash. So what are you going to do with your cash? You're not going to keep it in the bank. You know what I mean? Lock it up for a couple of years. Like you have $1,000. You keep it in the bank. In 5 years, that $1,000 will be worth what, $700 because of inflation? Or for $1,000, you buy a piece of art, you lock it up for 5-10 years, and that becomes $2,000, and you beat inflation and you make money. Like, you know what I mean? That's what the game is. I mean, for a lot of people, it's the same thing with NFTs and same thing with crypto. It's very smart.
Paul Pope.
Yep. There's going to be a lot of original art in this one. Ooh, Joe Quesada, Wizard Comics Magazine.
What? Let's see it.
Oh.
I remember that. Yeah, that's gonna bring some money.
Oh, looks so dope.
Strife, Apocalypse, Omega Red, Sabretooth, and Deadpool.
Well, it's got Deadpool in it. Yeah, that's the big seller, I think.
Yeah. That's really when Deadpool was purely a villain. He wasn't an anti-hero. He was a bad guy.
Yep. And they really haven't done anything with Omega Red, you know?
He's such an awesome character.
Yeah. He made some appearances in the most recent Wolverine series, but I don't think very much came of it.
Nothing's come of a lot of the stuff they've done lately. It's all.
Well, I've got 3 copies of his first appearance that I'm holding on to get graded. So,
Of whose first appearance? Oh, Deadpool?
no,
Omega
Omega
Red.
Red.
Oh yeah.
X-Men number 4.
Is that worth anything?
Yeah.
You know they're gonna make a book out of it or some shit.
Well, he was supposed to be in, and supposedly
cool.
he was in one of the Deadpool movies. Oh wow. Gotta love a crazy Uncle Bill.
Dude, that's when whacked out Hit Girl.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What's that going for?
$5,000 right now.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to go through all of these because I feel like this is a whole night of I gotta go through these and pick some good ones out. There's a Boris Vallejo.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's not someone you've never seen. I remember seeing that one.
I've never seen it. Yeah,
No, you've never seen it?
I've never seen it. Have you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I probably have.
Yep. Pretty sure that was in one of the card sets.
Oh, Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah, there's been a few Bernie Wrightsons in here.
Damn.
Eight Ball, Daniel Klaus. Soul of the Hunter. Oh, if only I had $1 bazillion.
Yeah.
So if you buy one of these original pages, how is it stored? Like, how do you store it to keep it safe? Because it seems quite delicate.
UV glass.
Yeah, I frame them.
Yeah.
A lot of people just keep them in portfolios,
yeah. You could buy a really nice portfolio to keep them in.
like Mylar sleeve portfolios. But I personally frame them. Put them in glass and protect them because
I have the majority of my art collection. I have a acid-free poster board with picture corner things on them. The art connected to the board, and then in a photo sleeve bag, one of those that's supposed to be good for photos, with a piece of foam core behind it to give it a little bit of stability. And then I literally have them stacked in plastic bins. Used to all be framed up all over the place, but now that we don't have a lot of room to frame stuff, I had to take it all down. So, what the hell is that?
that's a crazy cool cover.
Yeah,
It looks like it was done by a Midjourney.
It does.
it does, doesn't it?
This is say the date
1946.
1946 was on fire, man.
Look at how bright those colors are.
Right?
That's crazy.
Why does it feel like modern colors are not as bright?
Is that like one of those like underground comic magazines?
Probably.
You know, like Avery was saying, they created the code to shut these down.
Probably.
Yeah. It was like Tales from the Crypt and all those type of comics and those crime comics were kicking superheroes' asses.
Yeah.
And so they created the comic code to shut them down.
Yeah. Oh wow, look at that art. That's great. Look at this. Frankenstein's all deformed looking, but look at the style of the characters here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dick Briefer, never heard of him.
Dick Briefer.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not familiar with it.
Kind of looks like Tom Fowler, you know?
Does,
very
right?
much like the Mad magazine style.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
I bet. Well, that stuff is. Yeah, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, let me. So I had let me look this up real quick. So I was playing with an idea. Not saying that we're doing this. So we're just playing with an idea, but like you know,
better run this by Dusty first.
No, we talked about it a little bit. Like, there are tons of public domain comics, right?
Okay.
You know about public domain comics?
Yes, I'm familiar. Well, not particularly public domain comics, but public domain characters. Like Frankenstein is a public domain character.
Yeah.
You can make Frankenstein. You just can't make Universal Studios version of Frankenstein. You can't. There's other companies that have claimed their own version of the characters, but you can do a Frankenstein story.
Right.
There's nothing stopping that.
So here's the thing: is like there are public domain comics. So one of the reasons why this is, I'm sure you know this, like one of the reasons why they started doing Superman's son and doing all this stuff and all the swapping and stuff is because Superman is in the next few years, I think like 4 or 5 years, maybe a little longer, is going to be that issue number 1,
right?
Superman, or Action Comics, I guess. Action Comics number 1 is going to be public domain, meaning that everything that occurs inside of that is going to be public domain. So like DC's already gotten rid of Truth, Justice, and the American Way. Like they changed it. Truth, Justice. Remember they changed it. They got rid of it. Truth, Justice. So right now I could call a character or do something called Truth, Justice, and the American Way, and not be in any danger of any kind of lawsuit, right? Which we probably should do just to freaking do it. And I think like I don't know who's in Action Comics number 1, but like Clark Kent, the original Superman, I think Lois Lane maybe.
No, Lois Lane's much later.
Okay, but basically that's why like that version of Superman, that outfit, right? Like anything that's in there is public domain. So if you want to draw a character called Superman with that outfit, and like a couple years when it hits public domain, you can do it.
You know, so, Superman when he first appeared, he couldn't fly, right?
Yeah, he was jumping.
Yeah, he was leaping tall buildings in a single bound. Yeah, because he didn't fly.
So this is why I bring it up, because I was looking at that Frankenstein thing. I was like, oh, 1946. That's public domain. So here's the Frankenstein comics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and so it's the entire comic book, right? So one of the things that we had talked about, and I mean, it's not the best. Some of these are not the best scans. You kind of get what you get, but like one of the things that I'd been like, oh, what might be kind of cool. And we were just passing this by. Like I said, this is not a promise of doing it. Was like, oh, you know what might be cool is like, what if we, that's awesome looking. What if we took some of these public domain comics and like did a drop, you know, like with our grading technology and shit, like actually pushed them out into collections. Like, I don't know if that would be cool or if it would be stupid. Hey, what's up, Carrot? Just checking in while doing some Friday night work. What's up, man? How are you?
All right, I lied. She did appear in Action Comics number 1.
Yeah. It's one of those things that could be.
No, hold on. First appearance in Superwoman in Action Comics number 60. It was much later. Sorry, I didn't want to be wrong.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's one of those things that could be seen as really cringe and exploitative.
You think?
Or it could be seen that way because it's creators. Because some of these creators and people still have heirs that are alive.
No, but these are all. But they're all.
Yeah,
I guess that's the point. It's like there's no copy. Like there's no claim on anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's why it would be okay to do. And I mean, I see. I was actually looking at it the other way. As like, you know, these things are kind of lost in time. I mean, literally, it's just illegal. It's buried in a website that no one ever goes to. No offense, you know, to this website, but you know, it's not like Google. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's like some crazy cool gems in here, I'm sure. And so it could be kind of cool to like do a release of like comics, you know, push them out and kind of like do a drop of like, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of interested in the idea because I think it could look really, really cool. But then I'm also like, I don't know if anyone would give a crap except me. Let's see. Carrot says, is there any way for a newbie to get started in comics these days? There's so much out there. Oh, good question, man. Andrew, how would you own a comic shop? Carrots wants to know if there's any good way for a newbie to get started in comics these days since there's so much stuff out there.
Creating your own comic and other stuff out there, two totally different things. You know, just creating your own comic is a feat in itself. Getting it out to where people can see it and buy it and talk about it is the goal. Whether or not other people are publishing comics or not doesn't matter, you know, because they're going to continue to publish comics. If you have a story and you have an idea and you make it into your own comic, that's the hard part. That's the part that's difficult. Getting out there and showing it to people, sharing it with people, going to conventions and selling it, doing an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter campaign and stuff like that. That's like the modern way of doing things nowadays. But actually having an idea and creating a comic, that's the hard part. You can do that, you're halfway there.
I guess my question follow-up for Carrots would be like, well, Carrots, did you mean... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's not looking to create my own comics, but collect. He's a collector. That's where I thought he was going with it. That's where I thought he was going with it.
Okay. I'll tell you what. In my store, I have bins of quarter comics, 50-cent comics, and 75-cent comics. When I tell people come in the store and say, "Hey, I want to read a comic, and I don't know anything about them. I want to find something new," I say, start with something cheap. If you find something in the 25-cent bin or the 50-cent bin and you like it, look into further issues and check it out. You're never going to know. But don't go into a store and buy the latest issue of whatever for $4.99 only to find out it absolutely sucks and you hate it. Try something cheap. You could take that $5.99 and buy 10 comics, you know, and try 10 different things. I mean, one of the comics series that I found as a kid, which was not for kids, was the Omega Men. And I found him in a quarter bin, and I freaking love that comic. That was a fantastic comic, even though I didn't understand a lot of what was going on because it was very much an adult-oriented comic. It introduced me to a whole world of aliens and alien species that I was not aware of because I was only buying G.I. Joe and Transformers at the time. But I found him in a quarter bin and absolutely adored the series. One of the favorite things I have in my art collection is I actually own some original pieces of art from 2 issues of Omega Men. And I had them in the store because I was willing to sell them if somebody was going to give me a good price. And somebody, while I wasn't there, gave my sister a lowball offer. And I said, screw it. No way. It's original art. I'm not going to sell it just because some guy wants them. You know, he was trying to offer me pretty much less than I paid for them. And I said, absolutely not. I'll just keep them. I'm not trying to make a deal here. But it was the introduction of those comics from a quarter bin that got me collecting them. So Carrot says cheap. Drew's a man who knows me. Yes, that's what I tell people. Check out the cheap bins, you know?
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Especially if you don't know what you like. Find something you like, you know? And if you don't like it, you only spent $0.25 on it, or you only spent 50 cents on it, you know?
It is a good way to find out what you like.
Yeah. By the way, I lied again. Wikipedia sucks. Lois Lane was first appeared in Action Comics #1. Perry White wasn't introduced till Superman #7, and the Daily Planet wasn't introduced till Action Comics 23. Which means if Superman #1 goes into the public domain, you can make characters similar to Superman and Lois Lane, but you can't use the Daily Planet or Perry White because they weren't introduced in that first issue.
Right.
So.
Ugh, why are these scans so shitty, guys?
Shitty scans.
Carrot says, typically I like to dip my toes in and then find something that has the potential for me to grow into, even if there are super high end, long term things to collect as well. I had a customer, a young lady, who came in my store and she bought like an issue or two of one of the Vertigo series called Books of Magic. And she's actually been looking for the other issues. And the last time she was in the store, I mentioned to her that Books of Magic had been relaunched and that there were actually several spin-off series, Books of Fairies and Books of Magic, and there were several different ones, and she was like blown away with the fact that there was so much more that she could buy and get into because she really enjoyed the series. And I told her, you know, the main character, Tim Hunter, had his own series called Hunter, The Age of Magic. And she's like, oh my gosh, it opened her up to a whole new world. And then when I explained that that's connected to the Sandman universe and all that, she was like blown away with how much potential she had. But she tried one issue and she liked it. That's how it started. And now she's on a quest to get all those issues. And there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you never know.
Hey, like when that comic shop was going out of business, man, he had all those Hellblazers in there. I bought every single one.
Yep. I find a couple of those every now and then. So
even issues I think I already had, I bought every single Hellblazer that was in that bin.
Those were some good stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, Todd, They Live is streaming on Tubi now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Since we've been doing Cobalt Fox.
Yeah.
Is anyone gonna ask me if I've seen They Live?
Have you seen They Live?
I have.
Awesome.
Oh,
I don't know if I have or not.
Several times.
It's on Tubi, Andrew. Free. Tubi's free.
Okay.
You can download Tubi for free.
Carrot says, typically I like to dip my toes in. And
I already read
that. Carrot says, yeah, you got it. The quest is the fun part. If it was easy to find them all, then it wouldn't be fun for me. Similar to book collecting. Yeah, totally.
Also,
Comic cons are the best.
If your comic book store offers bundle sets where you like get 10 books for $6 or something like that, sometimes those are worth trying just to try something new. And then again, it's also how they sneak in some of the crap they're never ever going to sell that are worthless. So just be careful.
Yeah.
I like going to quarter bins and 50-cent bins because you could pick out what you like or what you might be interested in, you know? So what are you doing, Todd? What are you flipping through right now?
I'm looking through. These are all public domain comics.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just like
you can pick if it's back issues from the 80s, you can pick almost any of the main titles at Marvel or DC and just start buying them, and it's probably going to be pretty decent.
You know what I've actually fallen in love with is some of those mid-tier Thor issues, like the Ron Friends art, and oh my god, some of those books were so freaking awesome. And I ignored them as a kid because Thor, who cares? Man, some of that stuff was great.
That's a prose book.
Like someone's new and they like the Marvel stuff. I'll just be like, "We'll start buying Uncanny X-Men from the 80s."
Yeah.
Carrot says maybe I can try and find some specific Canadian comic artists. There's a lot of Canadian
Dale
comic
Keown's
artists
from Canada.
Yeah.
Dale Keown, Pitt.
Yep. His Incredible Hulk run was really good too. That's worth getting.
Yeah, that dude's a genius.
Yep.
McFarlane is a Canadian too.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is. Todd McFarlane.
#1 artist in the industry, pretty much.
That's what's crazy, dude, is he came on the scene and he's still relevant today.
Yeah. Even though he's really not doing a lot of art,
No, yeah, but he's still a major player.
Yeah.
He also doesn't have to. Like, he kind of did his peak, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, those sports toys made him a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Joe Yank. This is
Oh, well, the art's really good. Damn.
yeah, Joe Yank was had some good stuff in it. I'm trying to remember who they had some good artists in here. I think like I want to say in Joe Yank, Kubert did some, and Toth did some, maybe early stuff. I can't remember. But certainly top tier. Like, look at that character, like leaning back and stuff. Like,
Yep, and the way, and look at her posture right there.
yeah,
And the
this
way
right
she's
here, like
leaning.
this rubble, like that's a really well composed shot. That looks like this looks like a Alex Toth to me. So it might be Alex Toth.
And right there where she's kissing him.
Yeah, it looks like an early Alex Toth. Like with all those lines. I don't know. A lot of those guys kind of have the same style.
Dude, that panel where he's sitting on the couch with his arm around her. Okay, that's a very simple shot. But to draw that
It's really hard.
is very, very hard. Characters, like drawing Superman punching Doomsday, easy. Drawing two characters in an intimate moment, relaxed, is difficult. Like, it's very, very hard.
Yeah.
You know, like the panel drawing him slapping her there, easy peasy.
Same thing. This has got to be an Alex Toth. It looks like Toth to me. If it's not Toth, it's someone. It's like definitely a contemporary, because it's like very Tothian. Yeah, look at that. That's got to be Alex Toth.
Is Tothian a word?
I'm making it up.
It is now.
It's got to be. That's got to be Toth. I'd be now. I'm like, if it's not Toth, I'm gonna be
You
shocked.
gotta find the credits page.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's got to be Toth, dude.
Probably some Italian artist. Was Toth
Look at
Italian?
that. Look at that shot. He was so good. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it. This is Alex Toth. Like,
Where's the title?
That's 100%. It wasn't on the front page. I'm gonna here. Let's they didn't. Okay. Let me go back to the first page.
There's a signature right there in that first panel, down the corner.
That was for the new story.
Okay.
Joe Yank. Okay.
Arthur Sath.
No, that was a cover. Different guy.
Cover.
I'm 100%. I know this is Alex Toth.
It looks like Alex Toth. God, that's so good.
It's 100%. It's got to be Alex Toth. I'm going to look this up. I'm positive that's
What issue and comic series?
Joe Yank #1.
What was it?
Alex
Joe
Toth.
Yank.
Hold on. Alex Toth index. Hold on.
Standard Comics.
Yeah. It's got him doing like issue number 5, 6, 8. He did a bunch. He did stuff inside. That's got to be him though. Like, I'm positive of it. Like, there's no one else that could do that. Like, it looks just like his work. This is where we start nerding out and being like, "Who drew that?"
And what was the name of the title again?
Joe Yank.
Go Yank?
Joe, dumbass.
Joe Yank. Okay.
Jeez.
Joe Yank. All right.
Joe Yank #1 contains Alex Toth art. Art staff cover. Yes, the art by Alex Toth and Flyberry.
Yep. Alex Toth. Yep.
Dude, do I get credit for calling it out on a comic from 1952 that I never saw before?
Yes, absolutely. You were correct.
Look at that. Yes, art style nerdism.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Carrot says he always associates McFarlane with hockey toys. It's true. Dusty, Carrot says, Dusty, did you start collecting some stuff since hanging out with these guys?
Oh, well, I've been waiting for a bit of a starter pack to start me off in the right direction. But
Yeah, I've made a promise to Dusty that I'm going to send him some stuff, but I haven't had the damn chance yet. So it's going to be a Christmas present. I know it.
I
It's
love
gonna be-
Christmas.
Yeah, it's going to be a Christmas present. I am going to send him a pack though. Andrew should send him a pack too. He's the one that's got the comic shop.
I do.
Yeah, but he's not going to send him the good stuff.
I know. It's true.
You need to pay Andrew, but like, dude,
You know,
got
I
a bunch of
have
your Uncanny X-Men.
I have a bunch of those. What's the one by Mags?
Oh,
Infinity
don't do
Teams
that.
Ago.
Yeah,
I have a whole bunch of those
no,
in the
that's
quarter
not
bins. I
funny,
could send
dude.
Yeah, let's not insult our
We
friends.
wanted
not
the
gonna-
light comics.
I'm not going to get rid of them any other way, you know?
Yeah, Andrew wants to send Dusty. Andrew wants to send you the 10-cent or quarter comics that don't sell.
Got it. It's very kind of you, Andrew.
I'll look for some stuff to send you, Dusty, next time I go to.
I'll write it out off at the end of the year as a taxable charitable donation.
Do you have a Ollie's near you? Is that around there? Is that there?
Oh, what?
He's in
Ollie's.
Cali.
Oh, they don't have Ollie's out there?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, Ollie's is a discount store, kind of like, I don't know if you have Big Lots out there.
Yeah.
It's like that, but they get in large amounts of graphic novels. Like, I have bought $60 hardback omnibus from them for like $15
No way.
of like Uncanny X. Like, I find like some awesome stuff sometimes. It's trash or treasure when you go. You're either going to find something really cool for dirt cheap, or you're just, it's nothing you would want to touch. And it's a good place to find cheap stuff, because you can buy like entire trades. Like these are $15 to $25, $50 trades sometimes for $6, $10, $15.
Do you see that at a place like Big Lots as well, or not necessarily?
I've never seen them at Big Lots, but the Ollie's just has a pretty good book section, and there's usually like a wall of graphic novels.
Look at that shot, dude.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, dude, that's a pretty good eye, dude. Like, I was like, yeah, that does kind of look like Toth, but you were dead on, like you were certain.
Yeah, well, I'm also a Toth nerd, so.
Oh, the comics based on Stephen King's The Stand? Yes, there's also some based on The Gunslinger, on The Dark Tower. Who did The Stand? Isn't it Mike Perkins?
Yep, Mike Perkins.
Yeah, so the art's pretty good. I didn't buy it, but the art is pretty good. And Mike Perkins is really good, and Jay Lee did a lot of the Dark Tower books.
Yeah, the Dark Tower book covers are freaking great.
And I find those at Ollie's for like $5-6.
Well, here, let's see. I can pull them up real quick.
They're like, and these are hardback. They're not thick, but they're like 3 or 4 issues in a nice little hardback for like $5-6.
Is it, which Dark Tower was it? It was the Journey Begins.
I think it was a couple of different ones.
The Way Station, Evil Ground, Drawing of the Three. There's a ton of them. Wow, way
They
more.
did
than
a bunch of them, and Jay Lee did more than one, I believe.
I think he did like the first 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But then Richard Eisenoff, who was like the colorist, took over the art and made it seem like it was still Jay Lee looking.
Let's see, Dark. I don't know what the There's a whole bunch of them. I don't know what the first.
Let me look and see if I can find a copy, because I think I might have some on my shelf here. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Let's see.
Hey guys, I gotta step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
Hold on. And thick question about Comic-Con too. Let's see. Yeah, so let me show you this. Peter David, Dark Tower, Fall of Gilead. So yeah, you can kind of see it's like kind of a classic style.
I think one of my all-time favorite Jay Lee works is the Transformers versus G.I. Joe that he did.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Okay, I found two. This one of them is it's soft cover. It's The Journey Begins, but it is by
Peter David and Jay Lee.
No.
Sean Phillips.
Yeah.
Sean Phillips. So it's still good art because it's Sean Phillips. And I found another one that is The Gunslinger Born, and it's Jay Lee.
Yes, that's the Peter David Jay Lee one, I think.
Let's see. Hold on. Dark Tower. What was it called?
Gunslinger.
The Gunslinger Born. I knew I had a couple of them.
That's the one that I remember.
I think I have more. Yeah, and I found. Let me see. I found this at Ollie's for. Let me see. Let me see if the price tag's on here somewhere. I know it wasn't much. It's a $25 book, and I bet you I couldn't have paid more than like $7 to $10 for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find these at Ollie's usually, and they're cheap, and they're totally worth like $10, like $6 to $10 or something. Like they're somewhere around there. It's like $6.99 or $9.99. I can't remember.
Yeah. Carrot says he read The Stand every couple of years. He got really hooked to it.
Yeah.
And I said, I remember. He says, I had one of those G.I. Joe versus Transformer comics as a kid, maybe more than one, but can't remember now. Loved it. Hey, KG wants to know: is anyone going to San Diego? Comic-Con registration opens tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not.
I've
never been to San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego's awesome.
It's just not worth it for me now.
Yeah. We may. I would love for AF to have a presence there. It just has to be the right way, because it's true that like one of the challenges is like we're mostly digital, right? We're mostly NFTs. So I don't know, like I'd love to show up, but it's like, well, do we have a booth? Because, you know, unless we're going to sell like apparel or maybe make some comics or something, like I'm not really sure. Like we'd have to do it in such a way that we could maybe like do something that would at least try to pay for the booth, right? Not just pure marketing. It'd be nice to like, because you know booths at San Diego are not cheap.
Yeah, you want to at least break even.
Yeah. Now, if I didn't now just attending, we could also do some basic promotion by just attending and pushing stuff around. So that might be an option as well. If I can't justify the cost. But yeah, San Diego. KG, are you going? Have you ever been? It's awesome, man. It's a really fun.
Yeah.
It's a good con. It's huge.
Look up some of the stand art so he can see it. So, because it should be, if I remember correctly, the art's pretty good because it's Perkins.
Which one? Soul Survivors.
The first
Hard Cases. I don't know what the first one is.
The Stand.
The Stand.
Yeah, just this.
Captain Trips was the first one.
Yeah, Captain Trips. Yeah, that'll be the first one right there. Like for me, going to San Diego is something that would have been awesome to do in the late '80s, early '90s.
By the way, here I'm gonna push this into chat for you guys. So you didn't get this from me. You know, make sure you have your VPNs turned on. But you know, for Carrots or for anyone else that wants to like check out some really cool stuff, you know, this is yeah, they really kept to the same style throughout all of his books, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the entire Stand series was done by Mike Perkins. So
Oh wow.
yeah, he maintained this through the whole thing. Yep. And they did it as several mini series, collected them as trades and graphic novels.
Mhm.
And I believe they did the entire book.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, pussy. Dude, snot's like dripping from the roof of the car, the windshield.
Oh, that's so gross.
Snotty. Like, that's way more graphic. Dude, okay, you know the movie? The TV movie, The Stand?
Mm-hmm.
The security guard at the beginning of the movie. He was also in Oh Brother While Out There. He was the suitor.
Mm.
He's from Adel, where I live now.
Really?
My mom went to high school with his mom.
Oh, that's funny.
Now, did you guys see the most recent version of The Stand?
No.
It was actually pretty good. It's the one with was it Whoopi Goldberg was in it, and
Yeah,
what's his name?
I can't buy
Cyclops from the X-Men.
I can't buy Whoopi Goldberg as that character.
Well, honestly, I thought the whole show worked well. But that's somebody who never read the book either. But I
Which
enjoyed.
show?
What?
Which show?
The Stand.
Oh,
They did a new version.
It was a newer version, yeah, and it was really good. They did a good job on it. But it also
Jared
had,
says, I said, okay, going to keep an eye out for these. I collect post-apocalyptic books as well. They're 2 TV series. The old one is really good. The new one, not as much.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
But still okay.
I enjoyed it.
I watched the newer version of Salem's Lot with Rob Lowe. It was terrible.
Yeah. No, I thought the new version of The
I've
Stand
read the books.
had Amber Heard in it.
Ugh.
Yeah, she got her just desserts in the end. But it also had
Oh, was she Nadine?
She was the one that gets knocked up by the bad guy.
I think that's her name. Nadine.
Yeah,
I think Nadine was her. I can't remember. I think it was Nadine.
Yeah, she did not have a happy ending. And once you realize it's Amber Heard, you're like, okay, that's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in the original Stan miniseries. It's just the version of Salem's Lot with Rob Lowe is terrible.
Mm.
I like the original miniseries.
Did anybody see the series on Netflix, Midnight Mass, which is based on a comic series?
Mm-mm.
No.
It was actually pretty good.
Oh, and Stephen King's Storm of the Century is on Tubi.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
what that
okay.
is.
It's not bad.
They got Chris the White Knight Deluxe on here.
Oh. Sean Gordon Murphy's an awesome artist. He's kind of a putz, but he's an awesome artist.
I didn't know it was Klaus Janson was the artist.
Wait for that one?
That's what it says.
Huh.
Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy, Klaus Janson.
Hold on. It said Sean Murphy wrote it and he and Janson drew it.
Well, there's been several mini series. Like there was one for that focused on Mr. Freeze. There was one that focused on Harley Quinn, and that one
That
was
looks like Klaus Janson inked it.
Yeah,
Matt-
I think it's inks.
Matt Scalera did the art for that one. There's been a couple of spin-offs where he wrote it and somebody else did the art. So
It's a great looking book though.
Who colored it?
It
It looks like Matt Hollingsworth. but it might
Hollingsworth,
not
I
be.
was thinking, yeah. Hollingsworth.
I thought so.
Well, I see. Sean Murphy wrote it and drew it, and then Klaus, artist for Von Freeze. So I guess he actually drew the character.
no, that was one of the series about Mr. Freeze.
Okay, because this is the collected edition. This is like
Oh,
the
okay.
whole trade or whatever.
Well, it's probably like I think it was like a one shot or 2 issues.
Okay, that's pretty. Wow, that's great. Yeah, Sean Gordon Murphy can draw his ass off.
Yeah, that right there, I believe, is from the second series.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one either.
How crazy is it that like this should have been? I know it's a blockbuster book or whatever, but there's no way we would not have known about this book like 5 or 6
Oh, I
years
knew about it. I deliberately stopped buying.
Well, I know, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew about it too, but we would own it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a great shot.
Yeah, it is. It's really good.
Oh, that's dope.
Dude, that Azrael is sick.
Yeah, that's sick. Damn, homie. That's a shot. Wow. He's really going off on this stuff, man, but it's a shame that no one gives a shit. Oh, that's a great shot. Boom. In the truck.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, he's definitely, I would call Sean Gordon Murphy a modern master.
Oh, he's very good.
I want to see that. I'm going to fast forward this. Sorry, guys, for the crazy scrolling. I just want to see that. Let's see if we can get to that. Klaus Janson.
From Kareth, he says, "Why do people not care about it?"
They've pushed away a lot of the old audience.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, they pushed. There was a combination of things. That's such a great. Look at that shot. Fuck, dude, that's so good. They pushed. There's a combination of they pushed away a lot of their old audience, like us, and then they also it's like a combination of that combined with a combination of raising the cover price, and then most of the industry at large, like it's like, with the exception of people like Sean Gordon Murphy, who's just really good. There's like there was like a industry-wide drop in quality as people left. Both the fans left and the talent left for greener pastures, and then also the industry lowered the page rates of what they were willing to pay people. So it was kind of like this cycle, right? And then they raised the cover price, and then they actively pushed out people. They actively pushed out the fan base, which is a shame. So yeah, so when this stuff
deemed unclean.
One of the other things that happened with his series is DC started a new line of comics called the Black Label, and it was supposed to be the best writers and the best artists, and they were doing it at the full size 9.5 or 8.5 by 11, the magazine size book. Well, after the success of the first Batman White Knight by Sean Gordon Murphy, when they started reprinting it in trade, they put the Black Label tag on it, even though the comic was regular size. And that kind of ticked a lot of people off because they expected the Black Label to be
Prestige
large format, prestige formats, and they did it like after the fact, so that after the first series, it became part of the Black Label, but it was one of the first ones that was regular size comic. So instead of making it unique in the large format style, they just started slapping Black Label on everything. Which really sucked. It was kind of like what they did with Vertigo back in the day. They created the line of Vertigo, and then they started incorporating titles as Vertigo, even though they didn't start that way. They did the same thing with Black Label. Now you pick up an issue, and everything's Black Label. So
there's like White Knight, Curse of the White Knight, right?
Beyond the White Knight is the current series that's going on.
So he's still doing Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, his version of Batman. Yeah.
Yeah. He's still in the, like, he still has like the Murphy verse where he's allowed to do whatever he wants.
Yep.
Like they're still paying him.
it's very much a lot of it is influenced by the Batman the Animated Series. But in the Murphyverse, the Joker is dead. Batman and Harley Quinn were married for a time. Harley Quinn has 2 children from the Joker, one a girl, one a boy, and of course the girl's like the crazy one. Is very much like the Joker, though she dresses in Batman symbol and she calls Bruce Uncle Bruce. At the end of that series with Azrael, Batman or Bruce Wayne decides the only way that he can make the city better is to give himself up, and he goes to jail, for killing the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Barbara is now commissioner. Dick is with the GCPD, and Duke is now the new Robin, and there's some really weird stuff that they do. Like Jason Todd never died, but he's the Red Hood now. He never died, but the Joker never killed him. The Joker let him go after he revealed who Batman really was to the Joker. So the Joker knew all along that Bruce Wayne was Batman. There's some interesting twists in the story, but yeah, he's definitely getting free reign to do pretty much whatever he wants. Yeah, that's the current series that's out right now, which I'm enjoying. It's the one that I told you has the Joker's been implanted in his brain. So he's literally having conversations with the Joker throughout the series.
I kind of like the Dracula cowl thing he draws on Batman.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the bat signal. That's really freaking great.
Yeah, but it introduced Terry McGinnis and Batman Beyond costume, and it introduced Derek Powers, who becomes Blight, the glowing green.
Oh yeah.
And everything happens in this particular series, everything happens very, very quickly. Like Terry McGinnis finds the Batman suit and becomes Batman Beyond like in the first 5 pages.
Yeah. That doesn't really look like I mean, I know it's Sean Gordon Murphy, but it doesn't look like him.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
That looks like Sean Gordon Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
wild.
He's working.
In the last issue, the Joker shuts off Bruce's brain so that he can have a conversation with Harley, and then the issue opens up with Bruce sleeping on the couch, and he's got Harley sleeping on top of him, and all she's got on is a t-shirt and underwear, and Sean Gordon Murphy knows how to draw Harley Quinn, especially in just t-shirt and underwear.
You're not doing us nerds any favors, Andrew.
Go out and buy the book. Read it for yourself. It's good stuff.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
You know what? Another one of his series that doesn't get a lot of fame that is beautiful is Tokyo Ghosts. I mean, it's very much a mature reader title, but it's got some beautiful imagery in it.
Yeah, some of it. Yeah, some of it's pretty good.
Well, it was supposed to be like cyberpunk meets samurais.
Yeah,
He was probably inspired by Frank Miller's Ronin, but there's some shots, there's some scenes where they're like in the country or out in the wilderness, and it's just some gorgeous backgrounds, just gorgeous artwork. And the story may not have been that great because it kind of ended on a shitty note, but that's one of the things he does throughout the series is whenever Harley or Batman are on the screen, their shadows are kind of their way of telling you there's the Joker's daughter. It's got where she's pushed that one scene where she's pushing him. You see the Joker's shadow and Harley's shadow. Yeah,
that's interesting.
He does it. He does it all throughout the series, kind of to remind you that Bruce Wayne is Batman and Harley is Harley Quinn. but she's a mom and she's got teenage kids, and one of them's rebellious, and that's Jason Todd.
Yeah, that's great, man.
So this is where instead of killing him, he let him go, and he had to live. And he has his own Robin, who's like a Chinese girl
That's pretty
that
cool.
he met. Yeah.
KG says spoilers everywhere.
Oh, sorry, spoilers, guys.
Everywhere.
Spoilers everywhere. Let's go back and talk about the usual suspects again. Kaiser Soze.
Kaiser Soze.
Yeah.
So lore games. Oh wow, that's great. I don't want to show it too much of the art, but like, look at that. So Bruce is jumping there, and you've got the classic like rolling of the like. Do you just follow the path?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I love shit like that.
Who did it better? Who was the best person, especially when it came to Spider-Man?
Did what better?
Did the multiple shots of Spider-Man jumping and landing and so forth
Oh man,
in a single panel? There's only one guy I can think of that did it better than anybody else.
I mean, the best one to me, like, Mazzucchelli was always good, but who did it a lot?
Hey, what's up, Dr. Funk?
Why am I thinking Frank Miller?
Oh,
Who did it? Who did it in Spider-Man all the time? It wasn't Larson,
Mhm.
was it?
no.
It was McFarlane? No.
Nope.
Who did it?
Steve Skaros.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did do it a lot.
He did it all the time, and it was always fantastic. I'm trying to see if I can find some images of his stuff.
What's up, Dr. Funk?
Those thick borders, man.
Yeah.
Thin
And
gutters.
it's like
borders.
marker. Like they're not solid. You know what I mean? It almost looks like he with those borders, honestly, dude, it looks like he might have even like taped them off or something. And like painted inside and just pulled off the tape. I don't know what he did. Like it's not it's like a really sharp edge marker or something.
Probably like a really good chisel tip.
Something, yeah.
Here, check this out.
Yeah, let me stop this real quick. Oh yeah. Classic.
That's nuts. That's really
1,
good.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7,
This is
8,
classic.
9, 10. Oh shit, I can't keep track. There's so
No, he
many.
fully animated it. I mean, he fully animated it.
Yeah. Like if he
came
if
down
that,
here and then went back up here and then over here. Love it.
That you can't beat it, dude. So Dusty, just so you know, this guy, Steve Skroce, this guy was one of the main guys on well, put it back up, dude.
I was trying to find another one.
He was one of the main guys on the Matrix.
Ah, got it.
One of the main storyboard guys for the Matrix.
Yes. When the Wachowski brothers at the time took the idea for the Matrix to the studios to try to sell the movie, the people that were, the producers of the movie and so forth didn't know what the F they were trying to sell them. They had no idea. So they went and got a couple of different artists, including Jeff Darrow and Steve Skaros, to actually do storyboard panels showing what their vision of the movie was. And when they were able to show them visually what they were trying to do, they greenlit the movie. Once they were able to see what it was that they were trying to make, because when they described it or when they wrote it out, it just didn't make any freaking sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the Matrix would not have been the Matrix had it not been for guys like Steve Skaros and Jeff Darrow. They did some amazing things. So Steve Skaros, I don't know if he's doing anything nowadays,
Well, I'm sure he's doing Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, more money.
You know which series I thought was great from him was the Gambit series that he did.
Oh yeah,
That was pretty fantastic.
Okay. You should have put that Squarespace back up.
I'm looking for another one. Because he used to do it all the damn time, and it was always awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, Dr. Funk's right. So much going on. Amazing layout and motion. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gross was badass, man. A lot of those guys were. That's all '90s stuff. That's why, like, you know, it's interesting. Like, we talk about the '90s, and it sounds like we're being nostalgic. And I mean, I'm sure part of it is that we're nostalgic because, like, the good old days or whatever. But it wasn't. It wasn't just like. It's not just like, oh, our youth and nostalgia. It's like, no, the quality was really fucking good on a lot of those books. Like, even the stuff that's kind of like jokey now, where you're like, oh yeah, '90s comics, massive muscles and weird shoulder pads and all kinds of stupid shit. If you actually look at it nowadays, like you're like, yeah, that's not that bad actually. Like, even though bad stuff was like not that bad.
Yeah.
Really. You know, there's always some exceptions to the rule. You know what I mean? Like,
Even that Mike Mignola piece where he's making fun of all that stuff back then,
Yeah.
it's still pretty rad.
Yeah, there's definitely some that you're like, well, you know, that's not the best, but like a lot of it was genuinely good.
Here's one that Avery might like.
Here, let me pin this.
It's a Steve Skaros Wolverine cover.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so good.
Get the guys falling out of the background.
1998, yeah, something like that.
Let's see. I know it was signed at the
Even
bottom.
LaFeld's feet.
It doesn't have a.
No, I can see.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It sold in 2003 for $400.
Wow.
Wow.
It's worth so much more now.
Probably.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Even LaFeld's feet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here's my take on Rob Liefeld, man. Because you asked, like, that guy. Growing up, none of us could stand Rob Liefeld, right? Like, he was kind of. I mean, you know, we were not really Rob Liefeld fans. Although X-Force was cool and his New Mutants were pretty cool. But we weren't really deep fans, but it was like not a big fan, but still bought his work kind of a thing. The Image stuff after Youngblood #1 was forget it. But it took me forever to figure out why Liefeld was popular. And I kind of think I figured it out. And to me, what it is that he had the perfect art style for a fanboy, meaning like his style was the daydream style for everyone that dreamed to draw comics but couldn't draw, if that makes sense. Like, his style looked super achievable. If that right?
Yeah, I would agree there. Do you remember back in, I'm not sure if it was right when we were in high school or out of high school. I think I was working at the comic book store, but I remember there was this rumor or this story that came out that Rob Liefeld was going to stop drawing comics and he was going to go back to school and he was going to take some art classes and he was going to like college art classes. And we were like, that sounds awesome. And he came back and started drawing comics again and nothing changed. Nothing had changed at all. And we're like, was that just them screwing with us? It might have been, but
you know what, though? If you look at some of his sketches from that period, the sketches were getting better. There was a lot of improvement. But then when he went to the page, it was the same old shit.
Yeah.
Dr. Funk says, yeah, I remember that. Check this out.
Oh, yeah, the Mark Silvestri. I've been looking at some of that on Instagram, dude. Some of that looks pretty rad.
Is it out now?
I don't know,
Yes,
but I'm seeing stuff on Instagram. It looks cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It took him
looked
5
pretty
years to draw, huh?
Probably. And I think it's still all in pencil. It's not ink. That's pencil.
That's all pencil? Damn.
No, he inked himself in that series.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
The stuff I've seen's pencil and it looks the same.
Batman and the Joker. All right, let's see if we can shoot snipe it and see what we got. Shoot, what was this one called?
Deadly Duo.
There it is.
Yep.
So this guy, Dusty, this guy, let me get this off of full.
He was also one of the Image founders.
Yeah, this guy was like one of the top artists. Now, his stuff, like this is the same guy that did. You've probably seen me hold this book because I just have it on my desk. He's the same guy that did this.
Oh yeah.
But this is like top style. Like he kind of kept like evolving, I guess. And the further he got away from his original style, the less I was attracted to it.
Yeah, his run on Uncanny X-Men in the 80s, Mark Silvestri issues.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, his Uncanny X-Men and his early Wolverine, it's some of the best artwork ever, but this is so much more rendered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so rendered.
It's highly rendered, then it falls away
Yeah.
on some of it, you know?
Wow.
If I find this in a graphic novel when it comes out in trade and it ends up in Ollie's, I'll pick it up.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be in Ollie's. I bet the original pages look sick.
If you follow his Instagram, you can see some of the pencils.
Are we sure this is, yeah, I guess it's ink. It looks ink.
Yep.
Some of it I think is almost like ballpoint pen, or those drawing pens that are made like ballpoint pens.
Yeah, it looks like he's just sketching. He's sketching it.
Hey Avery, I got an image to show you. You might get a kick out of this.
Okay.
Here,
It's a Steve Skaros sketch of the Rhino.
The fuck?
So that's awesome.
It's nuts.
It is crazy. That is crazy.
That looks like an adult fantasy character.
It does. That's why I wanted to show it to you.
Right now. Yeah, I got the screenshot. Yeah, that looks great.
That's 02.
Yeah.
It's a 20-year-old
Wow.
sketch. You know?
Let's see some more of that Silvestri book now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's fire, dude.
Yeah.
Is that dude? That's that dude's toupee.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, that's bonkers.
Yeah. The detail is like pretty off the chart. KG says that was definitely AF. That's a great Gotham. I'm glad to see he's actually working on this. Like he actually like put some fucking effort into it.
Yeah. And dude, that is so good.
All right, you guys got to see this. This is the
Look at that.
It's just full of money shots, dude.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Like
It's
these pages are
90s
going to
money
resell for huge amounts of money.
Yeah, that's what.
yeah. He's probably going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. These are Steve Skaros redesigns of Spider-Man villains. That Rhino was one of them. This is Electro.
Electro?
Venom.
Oh, Venom? Oh, that's kind of gnarly.
Cool.
Look at the face right here. The Vulture, which literally looks just like the Vulture character from Invincible.
Yeah.
You know, with the wing,
It does.
yeah. Black Cat.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah,
I like that bag. That's cool.
Dr. Ock. Instead
on
of
the
on the
front.
back, it's on the front. Yeah. And then, of course, the rhino. Which Avery can't get enough of. Isn't that awesome?
That's just so hysterical.
That is just hilariously funny.
Yeah, Dr. Funk says that Venom is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. Go check this out.
All right. Yep.
That's one page. Am I crazy?
You are crazy, but we love you anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah, he's having fun with this. This guy's just dragging a head away. Yeah, so dope.
He was so good at motion.
Yeah. Dr. Funk says, love it. Super twisted. Joker looks legit scary.
Like even his old Uncanny X-Men, even though that stuff is sketchier, those type of figures, that kind of fluidity in the motion is what he did even back then.
Yeah. He just decided to sketch the hell out of this book. And I get it. Like, try something new with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's been drawing like that for a while, though.
Yeah.
Just to show, like, where he came from or what his stuff looked at.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I got it right here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Same dude. Like, let me see if I can find one of the good money shots in here. Like,
yep.
To me, that looks more solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This
Look
is
at those
right.
feet, though. He was hiding feet back then.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
There's
was
some
hiding
terrible
feet.
feet in here. Hold on. Where's that one shot? It's a really good shot, and it also has terrible feet. There's a couple of terrible feet shots in here. Yeah, like
Are feet super hard to draw?
they can be.
They
It's
can
not the kind of thing you draw that often. Yeah, like look at that foot. That foot is terrible, but the pose is sick.
Yeah.
Right? It's so clear, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So clearly you can tell what's going on so much. I'm glad he's doing stuff. He's one dude that I've kind of missed, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I still miss his older stuff more than his newer stuff, but still. You know? What are you looking at, Andrew?
Just us.
How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel is this education? Do you feel is the nerdness like seeping into you? And
It's starting to, but one day I'd like to just sit down after work and open a comic book. But I haven't had that experience yet.
oh my god,
Just know, Dusty,
Oh.
you're never going to catch up to the three of us, so don't try. Okay?
It's not about catching up. It's about like staying far away.
You're never going to know what we know. It's just not possible.
Because it's such a desired state.
God, dude.
There was a commentator out there
So dumb.
that got very excited. It might have been your boy Zach. He was saying that when he met a new reader to comics who hasn't read some of the greatest stories ever, that he was jealous of the fact that they get to experience them for the first time, whereas he, who has already read them, will never get that experience again. You'll never experience reading the first volume of you won't ever get the experience of reading Watchmen again, because once you've read it, and you never get that first experience. You get to that one issue where Ozymandias, has his little speech at the end, and you're like, oh shit, you're never going to get to experience that, but you will. You will. Dusty.
Dr. Funk says, are you guys giving Dusty the master class? Yeah, we're breaking him in slowly, I promised him a care package, and so he'll totally get it. Kara says,
Like
you
a
can catch up to me,
bully.
Dusty. And then
Look, Drew, I may never know everything that you do. I may never have all the comic knowledge that you do, but at least I will never have a van with candy in it.
Oh shit!
I sold my van a while ago.
well, that's only because the cops were looking for it. Anyway, so,
Dude, that page is so
Carrot
good.
says totally being able to experience some of the best movies, comics, books for the first time again would be so good. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you'll never be able to read The Dark Knight Returns for the first time again.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I kind of wish I could go back and watch the movies like Die Hard for the first time.
It's like one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to Dementia, to be able to watch stuff over again for the first time,
Oh my god! Imagine once you're really gone and senile, just sit down and be like, have your kids set you down, your grandkids set you down, but like, here, Grandpa, watch Akira.
That's right.
I got to share with my children several things that they'd never seen before. Like I sat them down and we watched Goonies together for the first time.
Oh
Because
wow!
they'd never seen Goonies before, and my future son-in-law had never seen The Usual Suspects, and just so happens it's one of me and my daughter's favorite movies, and it was playing at the Florida Theater, which is like a performing theater, but they do movies on it. So we took him to go see it at the Florida Theater, and it was awesome being able to see it on the big screen. But it was nice to be able to see somebody get to watch and see these things for the first time. Even though it's not your first time, seeing somebody else experience it for the first time is great. So technically, Dusty's a comic virgin, and we can pop his cherry on so many things.
Again, like Prison Wallet.
Not an analogy I thought I would hear tonight.
You know what?
Like I've said before, Andrew, I'm sorry, I'm too old for you.
I know. Avery, I'm really pushing the buttons to see if Todd says, "Okay, that's it, guys. Good night."
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, I know you're working on it. We're gonna end up here in a minute.
We're
Let's
close.
end on
We're
that.
real close.
There you go.
Let's see if I can push those buttons a little deeper.
Damn, that's so good.
You know what's so funny is I actually read this part of the story. The storyline is Commissioner Gordon is missing, and there's body parts showing up, and they believe it's Commissioner Gordon. Somebody has Commissioner Gordon, and they're chopping him up and sending him back to Gotham piece by piece. And they're claiming to be the Joker doing it. And the Joker shows up and tells Batman, listen, it's not me, but I want to help you find whoever it is that's doing it, because they're doing it in my name. And in this one scene where the Joker shows up, the Batman, he shoots the grappling hook on his legs and hangs him over the side of the building. And the Joker's like, I know you're not going to drop me. You might as well just pick me up and have a conversation with me, because I know you're not going to drop me. You're just not going to do that. Let's just skip that step. And
This is all. This is all like marker and ballpoint pen or something.
Yeah, it's totally marker and ballpoint pen.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Good
but
stuff.
it looks amazing.
He's awesome. Oh, anyway, guys, I think that's a great nerd den. Nerd den? Are we calling it the nerd den? We got to come up with a good name for the show.
The Hero Hour.
Misfit Corner. The Hero Hour. Misfit Corner. How's that?
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Doctor says, yeah, marker looks amazing. I was just thinking that. Yeah. Some people, fuck Mark Silvestri. He's too good.
You
anyway,
go tell him that next time you see him.
yeah, I will.
You fuck you.
Just like you did to Brian Stelfreeze. He literally walked up to Brian Stelfreeze and says, "Hey, Brian, keep on sucking."
No, I told him to suck more.
Yeah, I changed it a little bit to make it more peachy.
Keep on sucking is again. This goes back to you and the van and the candy. I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, dude, you need an AF shirt that's like the keep on trucking.
Keep on
shirt.
sucking.
I only did.
It's like the keep on trucking shirts from the 70s. It says keep on sucking.
I only did lollipops for a little bit, but people started complaining, so I switched back to chocolate.
Good night, folks.
Yeah,
Ring pops, but not for your finger.
Oh crap! I forgot. I got pumpkins here we could eat.
God.
Rock pumpkins.
That's just weird. But are you eating one now?
No. You want me to?
No. Anyway, guys, happy Friday. Love you from the Misfit Corner / Nerd Den. Andrew sniffing sugar.
Sniff it.
Just eat. You know you want to
real
eat
good. Oh, I really.
Oh God, that's a marshmallow.
Yes, it is.
Does it taste good, Andrew?
Sorry. Started to go down the wrong way, but I'm okay.
Oh, good.
I appreciate all your concern. Thank you.
Dr. Funk says stop while you're ahead.
Oh, we should have stopped an hour and a half
No,
ago.
yeah, no, really. All right, guys. Happy Friday. We love you. Thank you guys for coming out to Misfit Corner / the Nerd Den / Comic Night with Dusty, Andrew, and Avery, or something.
Yeah. We'll figure it out eventually.
We'll figure out the name eventually. Karen says, have a good weekend. Have a good weekend to you too, sir. Love you guys. Be well. Have fun. Take it easy.